A fresh coat of paint can go a long way.
4 litre Easy Coat interior paint, $91.58. Sally's 1 litre professional sugar soap, $5.61.
Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stock item will beat it by 15%.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Kia ora team, George here from Touch NZ. Now we all enjoy a bit of touch, but without a proper warm-up, the chances of being injured are massively increased. So to keep you on the field and out of the emergency room, Touch NZ have made a short and easy warm-up series for all levels, proven to lower the chance of injury by close to 50%. So head on over to our site and check them out. Play safe, play smart.
Moatere te iwi no mai haere mai ki tēnei papahotanga. Ka mihi ki ngā maunga, ngā wai me ngā ahika o tēnei rohi tēnā koutou katoa. Ki ngā kai whakahaere, ngā kai tautoko me ngā kai whakataitai, he mihi mahana hoki kia koutou. Hello everyone and greetings, welcome to day one of the 2024 Bunnings Warehouse Open Touch National Championships here in the amazing Rotorua, down at the Rotorua International Stadium. As you can see on screen, I'm joined in commentary with none other, I'll get to this next part, than Harry Wall. Good morning, Harry, how's it going?
Morena mai, morena koutou katoa e mātakitaki mai nā I te hānene o koutou noho. Ai, mihi atu kia koutou katoa, and really excited to be joining you in commentary again. This is the big dance, as they say. The 2024 Bunnings National Touch Championships atu I te Rotorua Nui, a kahumata monoi. So, yeah, excited to be here.
Oh, I'm sure you're excited, but I'm not sure it's technically just about be here. As everyone knows around the park, but just to our whānau who don't know who have viewed in, it's actually Harley's birthday today. Now, if you've seen him, you'd probably say, ooh, 24, 25 maybe. He's actually, can I say your age?
Yeah, go on.
He's actually 33, so happy birthday, brother.
Tēnā koe, thank you, and thank you for everyone for all the mihi, all the messages coming through. Really do appreciate it, and excited to spend my birthday here with you, talking, enjoying, watching touch, the game that we love.
Look, I believe 90% of that, but I won't tell you the 10% I don't. However, back to celebrating not only your birthday, but the game we have in front of us. And to those of you that have joined in, this is the first of 6 of our live stream games, and it is free coverage to everyone. So in our last Nationals at the Masters, we had a few bots that were chucking up subscriptions to watch this. If you ever do see any of those links, do not click on them, as this is free. It will be today, tomorrow, and our finals on Sunday. The first game that we have here on our live stream for the Opens Nationals here at Rotorua is in our Open men's grade, and it is between Counties Manukau Black and Otago. Now, Harley, both of these teams have already had one game this morning. This looks like it's going to be a really cool way to kick us off. Just going through a bit of the Otago team. Now, this Otago team they've been on a real journey, Harley, with regards to the coach and the manager. Big shout out to John Fox and Kyle Newton, being with the majority of the squad for nearly a decade now, firstly through the 18s, then the 21s, and now into the Open men's. So it's really awesome to see where they've come. Last year coming 6th in the Open men's grade. It's almost like Otago were a team that were on the draw, but no one really knew about them, but they definitely put themselves on the map last year, and that's exactly what Coach Newton said, that they're here to continue to do.
That's right, and they've benefited from being surrounded by so many great coaches in the Otago space. A lot of the boys also champions for the Otago boys high school team. They really are developing in a really strong secondary school competition down there, the likes of King's High School, the likes of Otago boys high school, even in the girls grade as well. So from those competitions and that experience comes through to the fruit of their Open men's and therefore the Open women's, which we'll see afterwards too. Yeah, the other team, Counties Manukau, well, not really much needed to be said. Got a couple of commentators, ex-commentators, Matthew Sinclair and Sean Wilkie out here, but then a host of names, Turner, Hutchinson, Sinclair, Hodson. Just what an outstanding team they are. As we see here, Otago about to
tap us off, and this is the first of our live stream games on day one of the 2024 Bunnings Warehouse Open National Tournament here in Rotorua. And straight into it are Otago, and this is what we would expect from them, Harvey, to be very direct, very good in their yards, effort-based team.
That's right. We spoke to Coach Newton just before the game. He spoke about how important fitness was. They'll be disappointed to not finish off that first set of the game as Counties Manukau take ball in hand and head towards the middle of the field, touch 2 there. But keep an eye on how the effort goes throughout the game. One thing that they won't do is back down.
Referees for this game, Ray Kens, Quinn Murphy, Jacob Marlowe. Outstanding group. Counties hot on attack though. Back to left down the short side. Good hands from the winger. Bit of ad-lib footy. Not used to seeing this in our open men's grade, Harvey, but it's good to see there in Counties Manukau first set.
That's right, and we spoke about how both of these teams have already had one game this morning. Counties Manukau Black facing our invitational team, the USA, this morning. A good 8-2 win. Unfortunately, Otago going down 7-6 against Manawatu. Good opportunity for them to get the cobwebs out before they head into this very important game 2 for them.
Yeah, this pool's really wide open. Another result from this pool is Waikato Development getting up over the very much fancied Bay of Plenty Open men. So with that Bay team going down, and obviously it's the top 2 teams that will go through, very much a wide open pool. We'd have to think that Counties are the favourites to take it out, to finish on top.
Yeah, that's right. Beaten finalists last year at Nationals, and still a point to prove. I know that that's one thing that they're really gunning for, is to try and get that title back.
Hot start from both teams. No touchdowns as of yet, as we see. Otago getting back into their attacking structures. Oh, work there. Just the winger for Counties. A little bit of no man's land. Nice drawn pass in the middle. Just an easy 33 loop we see here, Harvey.
Yeah, that's right. And really well timed from Otago. But one thing that Counties didn't quite do was react fast enough. They ended up in that space with the 2-on-1. The link player there just managing to hold on to the ball and scoring right in between. Otago will be happy with that start to the game.
Shots fired from Otago, 1-0. Counties, though, they will absolutely not be fazed with that.
Despite being down 1-0, the Counties team still look very comfortable. And it looks like that pass might have gone to hand, and the referees have awarded it. We'll get another opportunity to have a look at this on the replay. Bunnings Warehouse. Great step there from Boston Franklin. Throws the long ball right to the far right corner. Catches the defence unaware. And Charles Wilkie crosses for a great try. 1-1 now.
Otago. Bit stunned by that one. Unfortunately, they would have loved to have D'd that one out, that first set after scoring a touchdown. Love seeing high-scoring games, Harvey. We see here Otago straight into it again. Looking for a phase play, going left. Great defence there from the Counties Manukau team. Oh, strong touch there from Nathaniel Turner. He obviously wants to practice the D on the line. That was a pretty obvious hard touch there.
And keep an eye on their defensive links, especially when they're in that position of having to make the touch just like this. If the referee thinks that the touch is a little bit too hard, they might get pinged a couple of times and could be at a disadvantage as the game progresses.
Backdoor play here from Otago. They're really attacking that left-hand side so far in the first half of this, our live stream games. Obviously something that they feel comfortable doing. Again. Oh, I thought he was going to go for a penalty for short, but referee Ken says good touch. Yeah, I wondered if he was going to move him over. I seen Ray pointing over to the mark. It's always a 50-50 with the coaching hat on, as how is that any different than rolling the ball off the mark any other time when you get penalised? So, anyway.
Yes, the rules are the rules, and of course you have to play the ball in line with where the last infringement or touch had happened. 5th touch now. Let's see how Counties Manukau finish this set off.
Yeah, that transition set was definitely what we're more accustomed to seeing from Counties. The first two, we talked about a bit of ad-lib play, but that one just very direct down the middle, going 100 miles an hour, and you can just see Otago getting all back on their heels, just like a tsunami, this Counties team, when they get into their rhythm.
Yeah, and it still feels like they're trying to find their rhythm. They're not quite, I think, at 100 yet. They're still kind of feeling their way into the game. Of course, we're just playing 15-minute halves this year at the 2024 Bunnings National Championships. So you want to put that foot right down all the way from the get-go, as we see.
Got away with a forward pass there, however, Otago with a turnover. Just a shout out to two of the Otago players that were part of the squad, but as a result of making the Highlanders 21s, they couldn't be here, and that's Dylan and Orlando. So shout out to those two young men who no doubt would have loved to be here with the boys. And another thing about this this Otago team up, as we see now, Wilkie, beautiful left to right, out to the number 8 for Counties Manukau, Charles Wilkie, keeping it in the whānau.
That's right, we can see from the setup here, Mark Hodgson getting a good pick on the 32. The ball goes wide, they're shifting the ball very quickly. Another great pass here from Boston Franklin, teaming up again with Charles Wilkie to score again in the corner. Counties Manukau 2-1. Really
pretty from Franklin there. He wasn't even looking at the player that he was passing to, just seeing that the defence was in tight. Gorgeous pass. The second error in the last 2 sets for Otago. Counties are not a team that need any help getting on the scoreboard, so something that the Otago team will need to focus on. Beautiful day out here, Harley.
Stunning day. Kakaha whitia tamanui te rā ki raro nei a ia mātou. And for sure, and we've seen at other tournaments too, that the weather can definitely play a part. But somewhat perfect conditions here in Rotorua today.
Oh, lovely tip on. Does the Otago D get out? They do, but we saved that inside pass.
And the ball's still live, but Otago managed to shut the ball down on the 6th touch. A little bit of his going on.
Yep, penalty there, just Counties player slowing down, delaying the return of the ball. Yeah, it is a beautiful day out there, and while it is a privilege of you being here with me, Harley, I'm sure you'd be rather paddleboarding on the Blue Lake or something like that.
I'm sure there's more time for that later on this afternoon. Not that I'm going to reveal all my plans for the day.
Great opportunity here for Otago now. Oh, good extra yards. Now it's the old motorbike step. I haven't seen one of those for a little while.
We're getting treated with it all this morning in our first game, of course. Kawe haere tawhiti koutou mā. E rimana kemu ka whai mai, so there's still 5 more games live streamed today. Make sure you stay tuned here on the Touch New Zealand YouTube channel. A little error there as they were yarding through the field.
Both teams just creeping in. The intensity has picked up, and I guess with that intensity, the opportunities for errors to occur. But Otago starting a fresh set inside their attacking half, just getting the fresh legs on. Used 2 up early. 3rd touch here now. Probably looking to centralise play. They've used a lot of 33 kills so far in this game.
Let's see how they look to attack this one as well. Just trying to keep the Counties defence moving.
Oh, great defence there from the number 16. We'll come to expect that. Hutch, fantastic player.
There he is again, just doing the yards up the field before taking out of the sub. Let's see how County set up their attack on this play here. Alex Howarth now with the ball.
I had the privilege of doing the commentary with the young man we see with the ball there, Sean Wilkie. What an incredible, just human being he is. I'd never actually seen him play touch, right? Which I should have, because obviously he's in our New Zealand system. We see him here, just quick release back to the right. But what an incredible human being. So it's my first time actually seeing him play touch, and it's very obvious to see that all the comms you hear about this young man, he's equally a good touch player as he is a human being.
Hi, tino humari e tona wairua. Equally as strong, especially out there on the field. Very soft hands, as we saw with the ball moving, as Otago now yards towards and get their fresh legs on.
As we say that, and just out of the pitchish, Wilkie in there with a bit of push and shove. I'm sure just encouraging each other to play their best. You just hear the chat as we're situated, Harley, at the back of the Otago sub box. Just hear the chat talking, 5 to go. They've laid the platform. Now they want to finish off in this half, not drop their standards, but Counties. What's your thoughts on this? It'll be interesting to see if we get a replay. as to what you think about this. They're very much sometimes 50-50s as into...
I think we also have to make mention of the commentator's curse. We just spoke how well-mannered and humbled Sean Wilkie was. And look, hey, part of the game is making sure that you can try and get the best position ruck-wise. The referee's picked up that as he's gone towards the ground, he's just kind of grabbed the leg on the way, and therefore the offensive penalty has been applied, and also therefore a bit of a chili bin there for those watching abroad. A chili bin, that's a common saying here in New Zealand for our forced interchange.
Just because you're humble doesn't mean you can't be competitive, and I'm sure he just accidentally slipped over and his hand slipped down to his ankles. But Otago now going that left-hand side again. It'd be interesting to know if that's something they've seen on tape. They think there's a weakness there in Counties, or if it's just the strength of theirs to go that way. Now on the fifth touch, not much on. Good D from Counties.
Yeah, of course, it did score that side the first time. Counties in response have shifted and put Nat Turner on that link for the last few plays. And definitely not easy to get past Nat Turner as Counties are rewarded with a penalty. Otago just finding their feet in the ruck there. If you're getting in that defensive position, you'll just want to be aware of where you're placing your feet so that you're not causing any interruption to that ruck and therefore a penalty.
Another great thing in this Otago team, 3 secondary school players. So they're making sure that this is not just a one-hit wonder, this team, but there's some sustainability. And it's great to see Coach Newton bringing that crew through, and really continuing that success of touchdown in the Otago area. Counties though. Ooh. Yep. Did you think he earned that penalty? Was that a sloppy roll ball, Harley?
A little bit. Of course, we've seen a lot of physicality in the contact. So let's see how the referees manage this area of the game. Pass just goes a little bit too high on that occasion, but good to see that Counties, at least at the start of that set, changing their tactic, looking to attack the two middles, and then looking to go wide. Otago now with the ball. Let's see how they get out of the end. Yeah,
Counties there quite a few times now. They seem to enjoy that quickly, but then releasing back to the side they got and going short long. We just see there one of the attacking players running in front of another one of his players and therefore causing an obstruction to the Counties Manukau defence. So that penalty was for obstruction. Let's see what play Counties go to here. 32 long. Late cut. I'm pretty sure this is more ad-lib than it is structured, but when you've got the skill and everyone is staying in the right lanes, that's how you can get touchdowns.
And it's a good opportunity to show that just because the first option's not on, there's still options to explore. You can see that little backdoor cut, the soft hands going towards the corner. This is excellent touch because just because you didn't get the play right the first option, there's still an opportunity to keep going, and Counties are definitely proving that so far this half.
Charles Wilkie obviously watched the, I think it was the men's 40s final, where we're seeing one of the Canterbury players get, I think it was 7 touchdowns and 6 in one half, so he wants to beat that record that was set down there. Otago no back to our left-hand side again, just looking for numbers.
Counties have definitely adjusted on that right-hand side this time. They can see that Otago is starting to favour and are responding accordingly.
Just under a minute and a half to go. Great start to this transition for Counties Manukau. It's always a pleasure to see when they get into this rhythm. Look, just beautiful work there from, unfortunately, Hutchinson. I love the way when they rotate out onto the field from the sub-box. I'd say the pace almost picks up.
And it looks like the referee's called a no-touch, so the scenario we have here is the player's gone to play the ball before the touch has actually been affected by the defensive player, which is a penalty. Counties now on attack.
Hutchinson working in conjunction with Wilkie, fake the back door, it's come left, now just trying to link up with Sean Wilkie, and you just see the movement off the ball there. Fake to stay outside, but a late cut here as we see.
Yeah, that's right. It feels like Counties have done their homework and they've seen that these little backdoor options are definitely open because the defence is definitely following the ball. If you time it well, be patient, these opportunities in the middle of the field will come.
Yeah, just eyes up touch. You run one way if you latch the defender and you know they won't get to the to the back door, then pass, and if not, stay outside. Good work, Counties. 10 seconds to go. 4-1. Fair reflection of the game. Otago have been in it, but it's a lot of errors, though.
Yeah, that's the one thing I think they'll talk about at half-time. Might have a final opportunity here, just a penalty given by the referee. As we see the end out, o tēnei hawhe tuatahi. I wanganui nā kapa e rua, a Counties Manukau, me Otago, kaua haere tawhiti koutou, me utonu mai, amuri ake nei ko te wāhanga tuarua o tēnei kemu.
At Bunnings, a little can go a long way with our lowest prices. Dulux paint $116.94, Monarch roller kit $25.77. Will you find a competitor's lower price on the same stock item? We'll beat it by 15%. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Kia ora touch whānau, welcome to Quick Hit, your short, sharp and touch relevant warm-up, with the aim of warming up and moving those important body parts before kicking into activity. The Quick Hit warm-up requires minimal space, minimal time, and allows for innovation.
Homeground Heroes is back, and this year I've got a new recruit.
Kia ora touch whānau, it's time to nominate the unsung volunteers who put the mahi in for the sport we love.
Enter them now for the chance to win $5,000 for their touch community.
Nau mai hoki mai e te iwi i tēnei whakapāhotanga atu i te Rotorua nui a Kauhumata Momoi, tēnei ki mutuatahi o tēnei whakapāhotanga i Wainga Nui, nā kapa e rua, Counties Manukau, me Otago, whā ki te tahi, Harley Wall, Maua ko Maya Williams, o koutou kai whakapāho, o te rānei. We're back here having a little bit of a half-time break between these two teams. Maya, your thoughts so far at half-time?
Yeah, it was interesting actually to hear the thoughts of Coach Newton. I just popped out to listen to the comms, and yeah, really smart. I heard him say we need to engage the middles more at the moment. They're just hitting the top defender, then really not making the Counties Manukau middles work. So he's talking about releasing the ball out to the link, get them to spread, then we can check back in and drive then. So just having them higher up off the defensive scoreline so that when they do go to that left-hand side, they are actually attacking with numbers as opposed to attacking a defence that's set. But dominant first half there from Counties Manukau. Again, the score definitely reflects their dominance in that. It was great to see that intensity from Wilkie and Counties Manukau just on their transition, and particularly when their fresh players roll into the field, they just look incredible.
We definitely have some excellent athletes on display today in this game. Many New Zealand representatives too, whether it's at open men's, open mixed, and even junior representative grades, as we see Cameron Todd get the ball tapped and underway for the second half. I like the split between the Masters and the Opens. I honestly thought that Masters tournament 2 weeks ago was the most enjoyable national tournament I've been to in years. Wow. And there was just a real cool vibe. And it was as a result of the players in particular, just the way in which they played, but then conducting themselves around. Everyone just like they're enjoying themselves. It's Wilkie now, straight back on the ball, looks left to right. Good defence though from Otago. 6 touch. Yeah, well done there from Otago. Good set. Pretty hard with this Counties Manukau team when they're getting starts from the halfway line. Yeah, and a little bit of confusion on that set. As we see, it might have just been a little bit forward there, but the referee's on site to pick that one up.
Unforced errors from Otago. They're killing themselves. Like we say, this Otago team, they're good enough. They'll beat you at your best. So you really can't give them any more opportunities by just unforced errors. Straight into it again, Hutchinson.
Still working the middle there with Boston Franklin. And he might have found some space there on the left-hand side this time. But it looks like the defence have managed to meet the task. Yeah, real good hustle there by the Otago winger to be able to get out there. Thought they had the space, but good work from him. But yeah, just going back to it, it's really cool to see the split in this tournament. Oh, what a back pass that was. I didn't quite see who gave that back pass to Mark Hodson. We'll have a look now on the Bunnings replay. It looks like it might have just come out the back from Boston Franklin. That is unbelievable pass there. Manages to get the ball off just in time, and Mark Hodson scores another one for Counties Manukau.
That was a who's who of who in that little one. It was Hutchin to Wilkie to Hodgson, to Franklin off to Hodgson. 5-1 though. Otago need to be the next to score. Yeah, just getting back to the split Nationals, Harley. We see a backdoor play, which they fake. Come back to the right. Real early lift. Be interesting to see if he was offside there, the number 10 from Counties Manukau. Just using some gas now, getting into a foot race. I just like it how it's quite, instead of there being a range of different, how do I put it, vibes, I guess, from having the different age groups and such. Just this is our elite national tournament. The best players in the country here putting their wares on display. 51 teams in all, actually, Harley, we have here at our Open Nationals. That's made up of 4 grades, 21 mixed, and then our 3 open grades, mixed, open, and men's. 17 mixed teams.
Yeah, it's exciting, and maybe as a result of the split, every single one of those grades has an increase in numbers this year. And I've already seen as well, some players who also put their hand up at the Masters a couple of weeks ago have also stepped up here at the Opens too. So more than one opportunity for some of our players, and therefore our referees as well.
Otago doing more of what we expected, transitioning well, looking to come left. Counties probably just the wrong option, as we've seen the Otago player that had the ball passed across his face go straight through. Good attack though. I'm sure Coach Newton would have seen that. The Counties out here, we see them. Look at the speed onto this ball.
Yeah, really great ball movement coming through the field from Counties. Setting themselves up really well for a strike play coming up here. I think that's touch 4. And an offside penalty awarded from referee Ray Cairns. Been a couple of offside penalties against Otago late in the set. They will be a little bit disappointed in that.
We see Wilkie with the ball, looks to get a quickie. Steps back off his right, just goes straight under it, opened up for him. Cairns nearly took a skate on the ball.
Defensively, I think Otago will be a little bit disappointed to be caught flat-footed here. They've done the work in the middle, but just couldn't quite get off the line fast enough to make an impact. Sean Wilkie sees the space and dives in between the 2 defenders. Another great try there from Counties Manukau, 6-1.
This young man out here, Jacob Marlowe, you've obviously referred him a lot more recently than I have. What type of referee is he, Harley?
Very active, especially in and around the try zone, quick feet, and once he builds those comms into the game as well, he's certainly going to be one to watch for the future. Went over to the Asia Pacific Youth Championship last year, so very bright future young referee from the Manukau area.
Manukau. Seen there, was that a touch and pass?
Yeah, touch and pass, just a little late there.
Counties though, now they'll be looking to get some subs. Just those, everyone just keeping their depth. Lost some momentum there, unfortunately. You had the opportunity to watch the earlier game that Counties Manukau Black had against the USA. Didn't see Matty Sinclair on too many times, and I don't think he's been on at all this game.
In fact, I'm not sure he was even here yet.
I think that's him in the hoodie out the back there next to...
Oh, yeah, there he is. And it looks like a recount has been awarded from the referees here. A fresh set for Counties Manukau on their 7. Otago being asked to do a lot of defence on their line this morning in this game.
Good defence from Otago. Looked promising from Counties Manukau, but they were equal to it. Now we see a backdoor play. Will they go that way? Yep, a quick release back to the middle. I thought they're going to go short, long. Otago, though, 6 again. So this split Nationals, Harley, obviously you were the operations manager, the operations boss of Touch New Zealand.
Yeah, that guy.
You were running these tournaments. What do we have here? Phase play goes left. Oh, just ball couldn't go to hand. Is this the first one of the splits, or was there a split while you're in charge as well?
Yeah, this was the first split. I think this is the first split since 2014. So about 10 years ago was the last time we had a separate Masters and Opens Nationals. And obviously as a result of the demand with number of teams, it becomes very difficult to host what would be 51 teams this weekend, 54 at Masters. So that's over 100 teams, very hard to host 100 teams at one location, one event.
I'm sure that you could probably accommodate the amount of teams. It's more the referees, I imagine.
Yeah, that's true, that part too. And obviously there's been different versions in the past, 7-day week, and you would have been across this where you have the Masters at the start of the week and then the Opens to follow. So, look, there's no one correct answer that's going to make everyone happy, but it looks like we've fallen on some pretty awesome atmosphere and opportunities for both our Masters and Opens to put their best foot forward.
Big shout out to Josina and her team for the awesome work they've done in the lead up to this tournament. Counties now, just a little lull in play there, bit of back and forwards by both, but Wilkie onto the ball. Man, he looks sharp. He has hit the ground running, hasn't he? Sean Wilkie, he just is going at 100 miles an hour.
And of course, there's plenty of players here that have, a good foot to put forward heading into the Touch World Cup in 2024 in July. Nottingham not very far away. I'm not across whether or not selection's been locked in yet or not, but hey, if there's an opportunity they can get over there, I'm sure that they'll be wanting to try.
Yeah, and that was actually something that I really appreciated at the Masters Nationals, is seeing all of these players that wouldn't normally be at Masters coming back to play.
Yeah.
Obviously trying to put their claim forward to make the World Cup Masters teams. So, I wish we had a World Cup every year if the quality of player, if that is what gets the quality of player to a national tournament. Sloppy in the roll ball, unusual, uncharacteristic error there from Counties Manukau. Otago now. I wouldn't say the game's out of reach, but I think more importantly now is just getting that next score on the board for them. Getting some momentum with their attack. Off the left, looks short, gets through. Great little dummy there, out to the wing. Oh, well done there. I think that was from the number 6 from Otago.
Yeah, let's take a look at the action man, Jackson Hewen, here in the middle. Just a little sneaky right step, catches the Counties Manukau defence out of sorts, and then karawhiua te poro, ki tōna hoa Tom Hume, tāna I paipiro ai.
Yep, 2 uncharacteristic mistakes there from Counties Manukau. First in the transition on the roll ball, and secondly, you just never really see that happen to Counties Manukau. Normally very connected in that middle. Great work Otago, and particularly that man from Otago. Backdoor, bit of a foot race. Jackson Hewen. Yeah. Oh, he got him. I thought that was part of like the Red Sea for the Counties Manukau player, but there's a good little race there from the middle for Otago.
Yeah, they're definitely putting a whole package together in the second half. And unlike the first half where they kind of had a little bit of a dip defensively where Counties were striking, Otago looking much stronger this time.
Just get to see how much more effective the Otago team are when they get that yards going well. Finished off with a forward pass, unfortunately, but just looked a lot more promising in terms of how direct they can be on that 5th touch.
Yeah, and we spoke earlier about how they're quite youthful. Still got a young boys, as you mentioned, some still at high school. And on the other hand, this Counties Manukau team has been together for years, has some very strong connections and been playing together at this level for a long time. And I think as you progress through that tournament, fitness is important, but also those connections are too.
We see Counties have 2 teams, Counties Manukau black and white. Are all regions allowed that?
Yeah, they are now. As you can also see in the open mixed, I think Auckland's got a couple of open mixed, Bay plenty do as well. And it's at the end of the day just about providing opportunities, particularly for our young and elite players, to put their teams out there at Open Nationals.
Again, just an unforced error there from Otago. Be very surprised if they're going to be able to stop the Counties Manukau team from getting across the line. Franklin Gets the ball back. Oh, beautiful little pass. Great defence, though, from Otago. That's twice I thought they might have been in. But they've been snuffed out. Alexander Howarth. Howarth and Franklin now. We see there. Demond going into dummy half. Forward pass off the ruck, I imagine. I reckon every second dummy half pass off the ruck down in the 7-metre attacking line is forward.
And it's up to the referees to call that, of course. But it's also up to the players, of course, to be as accurate as possible. And it looks like we might have another one. I think the referees might have picked up just another little forward pass off the ruck too. So as the game carries on, looks like fatigue might be setting in.
Yeah, I'd hate to think it's fatigue. Day 1, game 2. And the games, you may be wondering why we started with 15 minutes on the clock. Yep, if you've just tuned in and you weren't aware, the games have been reduced to 15-minute halves as opposed to the 20-minute halves that normally is. I'm sure the refs are enjoying that as much as the players are. But it's an interesting comment, right, from Coach Kyle Newton, how he talked about the Otago way, and we're fit, we're fast, and we want to go, if we can go an hour, we'll go an hour. So having the games reduced to 30 minutes, it might suit some teams that 40 minutes doesn't.
Yeah, certainly, especially those teams younger, fitter, faster, they can go for the full 40.
Here they are again into this rhythm. We've seen them this last time. That 7 probably got allowed off too short. Now getting direct. See, that's a missed penalty too. As referees, we have to be better in that. That Counties team just sucked the whole way back to their attacking, to their defending scoreline. Took all opportunity for Otago to get a dump on the 7 and attack that defence that was rolling. So something I know that has been a point that our referees are wanting to get better with.
Absolutely, and equally for the players, we want to, see great attacking football. So Counties Manukau getting away with a little one there, but they're setting themselves up this time for a strike play. Rocky Morrison on attack, but there's another penalty. It looks like it might have been another offside.
Kills you as a coach. You feel like you've been ripped off down one end. You go down the other end and the exact thing you wanted gets done against you. Correct call. It just feels like if we didn't get one down there, why are we giving up one down this end? Anyway. Just finding their spot on the field, not settling. Cameron Todd, I remember playing or coaching against him in the secondary schools. What a wiry player. You had to always be on your toes.
Otago just sitting back, being patient defensively, trying to find their best platform to launch from.
There was a strong touch there. I think it took a bit of momentum out of that play there for Counties. So a great touch there from the Otago player. Coach talked about it at half-time. He talked about, it looked like they were trying to swipe butterflies off each other out there and actually wanted there to be a lot more of a contest in that ruck area. Ooh, thought that was going to be our second voluntary roll ball there, Harley.
As we see the end of this half, Kua ringi te witara, a te kai wau, ka mutu, I te kemu, he muri I te hukinga atu, ki te kāinga, me ki te I tēnei paipiro. And Otago just dotting down for a final try. And that is us for our first live stream game, the 2024 National Touch Championships. Counties Manukau 6, Otago 3, kawea haere tawhiti koutou. E haere ake nei he kēmu wāhine kei te whai mai, I wanganui a Waikato me Otago, me u tonu mai.